Coming up on This Week in Torrance.
Aspiring pilots, there's a new program at the Torrance Airport offering students financial assistance. We'll tell you more.
Then downtown Torrance is getting one step closer to becoming more handicap accessible. We'll tell you how.
Plus, we'll tell you how you can participate in a one-of-a-kind art contest.
And elementary schools across the district held their annual spelling bee contest. Find out who the big winner is. These stories and much more just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories.
A project to make sidewalks smoother and more accessible is making progress. The Downtown Torrance Active Transportation Improvement Project is completing concrete work for the next big step. New sidewalks and handicap curbed ramps will be built at Post, Sartori, and El Prado Avenues. As you see on the map, Cravens and Marcelina Avenues are also included in the construction. In 2016, state officials awarded the City of Torrance a $2 million grant to construct pedestrian and bicycle improvements in the downtown Torrance area. It will repair nearly 100,000 square feet of damaged sidewalks and 8,000 feet of curb and gutter. Other new changes you will soon see are traffic striping, markings, roadway signs, installation of bicycle amenities, and upgrades to pedestrian signals. You can follow the project on its Facebook page at Downtown Torrance Active Transportation Improvement Project.
Local police are now carrying medication that could help save a life. Torrance patrol officers are the first in the department to start carrying Narcan, a medication used to block the effects of opioids during an overdose. Officers will receive instructions and first-hand training as well. Now, in November 2018, City Council members unanimously approved the department to apply for anti-opioid overdose medication, naloxone, and to reserve funds for medication-carrying pouches. Now, in 2016, officials from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said there were more than 63,000 drug overdose fatalities across the nation, with these numbers increasing by 20% in 2017. Law enforcement is facing these emergencies firsthand as more people are using fentanyl that is 100 times stronger than morphine. Through the naloxone distribution project, first responders through the state can get the medication for free. The Torrance Police Department hopes to get 144 units of Narcan for field deployment and life-saving uses as needed.
Southern Californians will soon have more perks if they become water-friendly. The Metropolitan Water District is giving residents more money if they replace turf with California native gardens. The Metropolitan's Board of Directors voted to double the rebate for replacing turf to $2 a square foot of grass removed. They also adopted other changes to make it easier to participate in the program. Applications for the rebate program are available online starting April 1st. A maximum of $50 million in applications will be accepted each year. The turf program kicked off a similar turf removal rebate when the state experienced a drought. Altogether, nearly 160 million square feet of grass across Southern California was removed. The Metropolitan Water District hopes to conserve an additional 180,000 acre-feet of water by 2040. To learn more about the other changes to the turf replacement program, go to bewaterwise.com.
A local company is looking to grow its business while bringing on new talent. Health aid Kombucha is now hiring, and they are hosting open interviews all month. Company officials say they are looking for qualified candidates with experience in manufacturing, sanitation, shipping, packaging, brewing, or fermentation. They offer excellent compensation benefits and opportunities for growth. Now, before applying, the company wants to share some of the job requirements, including standing for long periods, working in hot, humid, and cold environments, and working in a place with a strong vinegar smell. Now, after hearing all that, if you're still interested, head to health-aid.com.
El Camino College is lending a helping hand to people in need. Foster Youth and Homeless Liaison Sharanda Barksdale came up with the idea to host a closet pop-up in the Student Activity Center. People were able to come by and look through gently used clothes and shoes that they could use for their next interview. Clothes were donated thanks to the help of a neighboring community college, And the college is also helping students in another way. The Warrior Pantry is now open for the spring semester. It helps El Camino college students facing food insecurities by providing supplemental nutritious food and toiletries. It's located in Physics Room 116 and open on Tuesdays from 1 to 4 p.m. and Wednesdays 3 to 6 p.m. The pantry is always accepting donations. The next pop-up closet will be on February 27th at El Camino. A new academy is helping future pilots soar through the sky and is even offering a scholarship. Located at the Torrance Airport, the Sling Pilot Academy is now available for aspiring pilots. While they are in the process of renewing its 2019 license, they are inducting the first round of students this week to its accelerated airline pilot program. The Academy also announced it is giving one student a $20,000 scholarship if applied before August 5th. The Academy is using the SLSA Sling 2 as the initial training platform. The cost varies, but it can range from $45,000 to nearly $63,000. Students will have flown 200 hours in a single engine, 30 hours in a multi-engine, and a total of 100 hours in a simulator. The goal is to help people kick off their career of becoming a commercial pilot. To apply to the scholarship or to get more information, go to slingpilotacademy.com.
An online website that helps people travel conveniently through the Golden State featured the City of Torrance. In a recent publication of visitcalifornia.com, writers featured locations where special accommodations are offered to people with disabilities, including great accessible views, water activities, art, music, playgrounds, and theme parks. Well, Torrance's Wilson Park was on the list of dream playgrounds. It featured the Annenberg Treehouse, that is California's universally accessible treehouse in a public space. It's a 2,500 square foot wooden structure to give children and adults of all ages and physical abilities a bird's eye view of Torrance. Now, to read the full article, go to media.visitcalifornia.com.
An organization working to save animals from cruelty is hoping people will adopt bigger dogs. Through the end of February, the Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is offering $100 off the adoption fee, plus a free training session to people who adopt a larger breed from Los Angeles area shelters. This means you can adopt a big breed dog for $50 at all SPCA adoption centers. The Society is an independent nonprofit animal welfare organization serving Southern California since 1877. Donations run programs and services including cruelty investigations, disaster animal response team, humane education, and a variety of shelter services. SPCA has an adoption location in the South Bay. You can check out which furry friends are looking for their forever homes at spcala.com. Still ahead, a local organization brings smiles to hospital patients in a special way.
Plus, one Torrance High School takes the top spot in a county-wide competition.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But here's the thing. Can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Can one piece of paper really tell you my whole story? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or how anytime there was an opportunity, I was the first one to step up. Because I wasn't gonna let my life, my circumstances dictate who I was gonna become. And all of that determination, the commitment, the drive, that's me. And that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume, and discover new ways to develop great talent like me.
An organization that brings joy to children fighting life-threatening illnesses celebrates a milestone. At the Happy Hats for Kids in Hospitals event at its headquarters in Torrance, Los Angeles Clippers cheerleaders were invited to bring smiles and hugs to attendees. It was all part of the nonprofit organization's 28-year celebration. Community members they serve were also in attendance with their families. Annually, the organization makes more than 30,000 hats that bring joy and hope to children and families who need it the most. Celebration was also to thank the 75 local volunteers along with businesses and the community. Just in time for Valentine's Day, it was an event filled with love, food, and hands-on happy hat decorating workshops and for adults and children. There was a silent auction including a basketball autographed by the Clippers, and their one-of-a-kind hats were also on sale.
My goal for this event was to show the community exactly what Happy Hats is all about and to keep them involved, to have their friends involved, to see the joy that it brings to the children and their families.
Clipper Spirit's just so happy to be here. This is something new for us, but it's something fun for us. Something that we need to constantly be reminded of when we're in the spotlight of being professional dancers is that we have people looking up to us, especially the youth. And meeting kids today, it reminded us that sharing this love is very important for us, not just to kill it on the court, but to make sure that we're sharing happiness, we're sharing positivity, and we're sharing love.
The nonprofit organization serves hospitals across Los Angeles County, including Torrance Memorial Medical Center and Providence Little Company of Mary Medical Center. The organization was started by Sherry Schreier, a professional hat designer who wanted to bridge a gap between hospitals' youngest patients and their treatments. Schreier and volunteers make happy hero hats and holiday-themed hats to uplift the spirits of hospitalized kids and their families. Besides hats, there is a Hero Club bilingual educational story activity books. The organization also serves youth with special needs who participate in its Transition to Work program. Happy Hats volunteers also includes inmates who sew and decorate. To learn more about the organization or to be part of their mission, attend a decorating workshop. Go to happyhatsforkids.org. Well, you still have time to check out the latest exhibition at the Torrance Art Museum. It will run through March 9th. Gallery 1 is called Protest Noun and is organized by Torrance Art Museum curator Max Presnell. It features 5 Los Angeles-based artists whose works engage urgent political themes in our society. Many of the artists focused on immigration, homelessness, climate change, to name a few. Gallery 2 features White Noise, a solo exhibition by Carrie Skrabaka. It tells the artist's life story. Then the dark room is called Place Where, Before, In and In. Has artwork that display the still life such as fruit, leftovers, and waste. Then the hallway is called Dimensionalization. Art makes you look at a surface or a space differently to contemplate your own perception and the environment around you. It's created by Darryl Carey, an artist based in Los Angeles. Many of the unique pieces are abstract line drawings and optical tape installations. The Torrance Art Museum is open from Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
A beautiful type of plant can now be bought at the Torrance Certified Farmers Market. Orchids from Marcel's in Long Beach is bringing their beautiful blooms to the city. The vendor also sells succulents and is the newest vendor to be added to the list of hundreds that set up shop at the market. Owner Sonora Winward is also part of the Long Beach Amateur Orchid Society. And if you're hungry while shopping, there's also a new food vendor creating fresh vegan salad bowls. The Torrance Certified Farmers Market is open, rain or shine, on Tuesdays and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Torrance Elementary School students went head-to-head in hopes of getting a lucky word for the win. The Torrance Unified School District hosted its annual elementary school spelling bee. This year, the annual competition used a new format where academic vocabulary included math, science, and words teachers would use in the classroom. Students were given rules, with some, including them, having the choice of asking for the definition and also hearing how the word is used in a sentence. Once they started spelling the word, they can't take back any of the letters they announced. The last 2 students were given words: susurration, insouciance, and evanescent. They're hard to even describe. The winning word was criticize. Winner James Ciano says that he practiced for about a month to get ready for the big day and told us what he did to prep.
I usually wrote them down and asked my dad and sister to test the words.
And this is one of the avenues that we get these kids to shine. We have wonderful kids that can do science and they can do bike rodeo, and we have this whole group of kids that just can spell anything.
That young man will cherish that trophy. Between all of the elementary school district-wide, 18 students participated this year.
A local high school takes the top spot for an academic competition. West High School took first in the Los Angeles County Academic Decathlon competition. They brought in more than 54,000 points out of a possible 60,000. But this isn't the first time the school has done well. It's the 13th win for the team. West High AP Biology and Biotechnology teacher Ann Cortina says this year was, quote, truly special and remarkable. She also said it wouldn't have been possible without the support of families and the community. Individual students who scored high was Kendall Curio with 9,259 points. The team won 50 individual medals, with each member winning a gold medal for speech. Other Torrance high schools received several medals and accolades as well, including South, North, and Torrance, who also placed in the top 20. Congratulations. Well, West High School heads to the California State competition next month.
If you're a student that loves art and science, well, there is a contest that you can submit your best work to. 5th through 12th graders are encouraged to enter artwork to El Camino College's 2019 Onizuka Space Science Day art contest. The artwork must be inspired by the theme, the future of space travel, and it can be all types of artwork, even including computer-generated images. This contest is part of a larger event on March 9th called Onizuka Space Science Day. The event will feature a presentation from astronaut Stanley Glenn Love, who completed his first space flight in 2008. This year marks the 33rd anniversary of the Space Shuttle Challenger accident, where astronaut Ellison Onizuka died along with 6 other crew members. To learn how to submit your artwork, go to elcamino.edu.
Health officials are saying flu activity will be increasing this month. Through February 2nd, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported up to 15.2 million flu illnesses. Staff say these estimates are preliminary and are based on CDC's weekly influenza surveillance reports that summarizes key influenza activity indicators. Flu viruses spread mainly by tiny droplets made when people with the flu cough, sneeze, or even just talk. It's recommended to get the vaccine each year, and if you are sick, take preventative actions to not spread germs, like wearing a face mask. Some symptoms included are fever, cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, body aches, headache, and fatigue. People at high risk of developing the flu are children, pregnant women, and adults 65 years and older.
For parents, keeping their kids safe is a #1 priority, and the Torrance Fire Department is doing their part to help. Members teamed up with Safety Belt Safe USA to offer free safety seat checkups at the Torrance Airport. They checked car seats, assisted with installations, and answered any questions parents had. Officials say that more than 90% of safety seats inspected at checkups are typically installed incorrectly. Many parents are not aware that rear-facing seats are mandatory until age 2. That's now a California law, and that most children need a booster seat until age 10 to 12. Data by Safety Belt Safe USA shows that only half of 10-year-olds can wear a belt without a booster. They also said it's important for drivers to wear their seat belts properly as well.
Pregnant women often do not wear their safety belts properly. They should cross the shoulder and they should be down low on the hips under the bump. And those are really critical. And finally, if anyone in your family or friends has an issue with alcohol or drugs of any kind, make sure that you keep children out of the car when they're driving. People will have relapses, people make mistakes, and the majority of children killed in crashes with impaired drivers are riding with the impaired driver.
Safety Belt Safe USA is the national nonprofit organization dedicated only to child passenger safety. The mission is to help reduce the number of serious and fatal traffic injuries due to the lack of proper safety belt use.
A big name store is recalling boots that may be a hazard to your children. Target is removing the Cat and Jack unicorn Kiara boots from its inventory. They come in silver and white with a unicorn horn. According to the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission, the unicorn horn can detach from the boot, creating a choking hazard to children. So far, nearly 34,000 units have been recalled. They were sold at Target stores and on Target.com. No injuries have been reported.
Honda is recalling more than 437,000 cars across the nation. The recall includes models you see on the screen. Officials say these models have a fuel pump issue and the software needs to be updated, and in some cases, their fuel pumps have to be replaced. In hot weather, the fuel pump can limit the car's acceleration of causing an engine to stall, increasing the risk of a crash. Owners will be notified by letter in late March on what steps to take. Honda has not received any reports of crashes or injuries.
Well, still ahead, upcoming events you won't want to miss.
Plus, a sneak peek at the next sports desk. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, everybody. Here's some upcoming events. Dr. Donnie W. Watson, Program Director of the Thelma McMillan Center for Alcohol and Drug Treatment at Torrance Memorial Medical Center, will share how people can recognize the hidden signs of addiction. Other specialists will also be there to answer questions. It takes place on February 21st at 6 p.m. at the Fusion South Bay campus. And the Department of Public Social Services will be at the Torrance Certified Farmers Market on Saturday, February 23rd. They will be offering CalFresh and Medi-Cal services. You can stop by to see if you can apply. They will also be able to issue any information about public social services. And ever wondered the history behind the 18-foot anchor in Torrance located between the two sides of the Del Amo Fashion Center? Well, you'll be able to find the answers as Kevin M. Anthony, a maritime and ocean liner historian, writer, and shipboard speaker, will talk about the mystery of the landmark. The free event will take place on Sunday, February 24th at 2 p.m. at the Torrance Historical Society and Museum. And before we go, let's check in with Leslie Robbins on the sports desk.
Hi, Leslie. What do you have for us?
What's up, Jin and Ben? Coming up on the sports desk,
the world famous Harlem Globetrotters. Yeah!
Be sure to watch every day at 4 and 9:30. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much, Leslie. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.